This is Bluz Bloodsaw, and you're watching The Squared Circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Squared Circle. Happy day after Labor Day, everyone. I'm Hollywood J. Williams. Here's Mr. John Zimmerman once again. And pulling double duty tonight, the incomparable, thunderous one, Tom Dacey.
Thank you.
How was your talking with Tom this evening?
Excellent job by Lisa and Tina. Of course, we were talking about my annual Tommy Palooza taking place this November 2nd at the Italian Club in Wallingford.
We'll have to be there. Be there, be square.
Absolutely.
And we followed that wonderful performance by Charmed. That
Yes.
was just amazing. What a voice.
Charmed Unplugged, as we referred to it.
Yes, yes.
Unplugged,
What a voice.
uncensored. Only the best from Talking with Tom.
Yep,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
always.
And I, Hollywood J. Williams, conquered your co-host, Ed McCarver, yesterday in the New Haven Road Race by approximately 31 seconds.
Oh, wow. What a margin.
I heard.
Right.
31
He ran right past me, and then I ran right past him, and he was back there someplace. I don't know.
So what you're telling me is he was eating your dust.
Sort of. For a few seconds.
Oh, that's a good segue from dust to fog. One of the listeners, viewers, sent this in. It's the movie The Fog. I don't know if you can see this.
I really didn't like the fog, man.
Man, did you like The Fog? Man?
No, man, I didn't like the fog, man.
I didn't like The Fog, man.
No, I
either.
thought it stunk, man. I didn't really care for the fog, man.
Do you care for The Fog? Man, it sucked. It's horrible.
I'll second that. One of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with The Fog. Man, it sucks. Thanks for the DVD anyway. I'll use
Worst movie ever.
I'll use it as a coaster.
Worst movie,
Yeah.
The Fog.
Can I
Man,
put that in my bathroom?
there's that other.
There's already a fog in your bathroom.
Tomorrow's there's gonna be fog out too
Yeah.
in the morning.
Ah.
Last thing I want to see in the morning is the fog, man.
Really?
Oh man.
I'm telling
Oh
you.
man. I'll tell you.
Really?
But anyway,
Oh
Shirley, we jest, and don't call me Shirley.
no, we won't call you Shirley. Well, okay, there we go.
There we are.
Now we're back to normal. But that being said, all in good humor, folks.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes.
People really need to get a sense of humor, and also they need to purchase a dictionary, and learn,
The definitions of
the
words?
definition of words,
Yes.
such as bully,
Bully.
stalking, harassment.
Bully.
We state an opinion on this show,
John,
and it's
do you know,
Do you know
who I am?
that's right, that's right. But we state an opinion on the show, and if you're not, you don't like our opinion, that's fine.
Hey, we didn't mention any names.
Right. I mean, there's, you know what? How many stations are on cable networks?
You don't like
these
what you're
days?
saying?
400 or 500.
You don't
so-
like what you're seeing? Turn the channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like everything else.
If we feel that there's nothing Thursday night, then what's, who cares?
Who cares?
That's our opinion, but I guess we're not allowed to have an opinion.
Well, this is America, and that's the thing about America. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
Free
Opinions
speech.
are like, what's. Everyone's got one.
Now, if somebody
Exactly.
And
thinks
speaking
that,
of you-know-what's.
if somebody thinks that I'm a bully, that's somebody's opinion.
Yeah, that's their opinion. To call names, which we haven't done.
We didn't mention names. We just said there was nothing worth watching on Thursday night.
Correct.
That was an opinion.
correct.
We're a peaceful, loving group of people. We love everyone.
Right. Speaking of peaceful and loving, I don't have an arrest record. Some people at another station might have an arrest record, which is public knowledge and available at the
Online.
police station and online.
Online.
And if you aren't aware of somebody's police record, you can look that up, and you can also get a copy of it. And because it's public knowledge and because it's public information, you can publish that online.
Yes.
And you can put it on social media. So
Yes.
feel free to get my arrest record because I don't have one. And I might find yours.
They might find someone else's too.
You know, just like when Swagger got arrested, they posted that, TMZ.
Yep.
TMZ posted.
Public record.
Correct.
Public now, it's public knowledge. I mean,
So-
and for full disclosure, I don't run from my past.
And
Yep.
of course, Sonny also.
Correct. Correct.
And Emma.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've made
yeah,
mistakes,
you know what?
folks.
It's ironic because Emma got caught in Walmart and somebody else we know got caught in Walmart.
Well, you caught me in Walmart once.
Yeah, yeah.
You sure wasn't
Not doing
Hollywood
what?
Jay?
Not doing that.
Right.
But anyway,
I was
you
at an
know.
autograph signing there.
And yeah,
The man of my caliber doesn't shop at Walmart.
of course, of course.
Of course not. But
Only when you have your own line of clothing.
maybe one of these days.
You're like the highlight of my day.
Maybe London Fog.
I stand out, don't I?
London Fog.
London Fog, man.
Wallingford Fog.
There you go. At
Why
any
not?
rate,
At any rate, all in good humor, folks.
Yeah.
But like I
Get a sense of
said,
humor.
happy day after Labor Day, everyone.
but not only is it day. Let me interrupt you one more time. Not only is it day after Labor Day, it's day after Tommy's Big 5-0. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
The Big 5-0.
I wish you a happy birthday. Don't give me that look.
Half a century.
Yeah, we
Right.
got
Half a century of Tom Dacey.
we got cake and refreshments and pizzas, and
Yeah.
we're having a good old time over here.
Eventually you'll be able to see all the reruns of Talking with Tom on the public access network, perhaps.
Yes.
For only $9.
99.
That's right.
Vegas with double pneumonia. This is according to TMZ, the website. According to this report, Roberts was taken to a hospital Wednesday night after becoming ill on a flight from Atlanta to Las Vegas McCarran Airport. Roberts was told 2 weeks earlier that he had the flu, but he didn't do anything about it. He didn't take the issue seriously. This is according to Sin Bodhi, who is formerly known as Kazarni in the WWE. The report also continues that Roberts is in the intensive care unit because his immune system is, quote, in bad shape, unquote. Doctors had performed more tests that past weekend and allowed him to rest, and these tests have confirmed, unfortunately, an abnormality in Roberts' brain. Now, USA Today confirms the abnormality is believed to be from hard falls during Roberts' long wrestling career. He was scheduled to take part in something called Freak Show Wrestling, an event in Las Vegas this past Friday.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You remember Kazarni in the WWE? Probably 2 weeks. Yeah, he was in it for a very short time. He was in mostly dark matches, but he was on TV a few times. But do you remember the music he used to come out to?
No.
His whole gig was, Kazarni, like a carnival.
Oh.
You remember the
circus.
music?
Was it do 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 do?
Yes, it was.
Something similar to that.
But,
You know, Tom,
we're not allowed to
I'm
sing
so
that
glad.
either.
I'm so glad you don't sing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mr. McCarver will debate that. He's heard me do karaoke many times.
Yep, yep.
Oh boy. So we all definitely wish him a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right,
And Foley was hospitalized, no?
Foley was hospitalized
For
too.
what?
Oh, I have that somewhere here. Page 4, something like that. I don't know.
He's done his homework.
Mick Foley, he canceled some comedy show appearances this past weekend due to some minor surgery. We all wish him get well.
Yes.
Wishes too.
Doesn't say what for. Minor surgery.
Didn't say exactly, but he's had so many surgeries. Who's counting with him?
Yeah, definitely.
Hardcore
That's-
legend.
He took quite a few shots to the head, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already, in his last book, he said that he already donated his body and his brain to science so that they can study his brain and the effects of concussions. So that's a positive thing coming out of a bad situation for him.
Right.
So the guy's at least giving back.
Exactly. He's gonna get his whole body back.
Yeah, minus the ear.
Yeah. Can't get that ear back.
No, that's in a garbage pail in Germany somewhere.
Somewhere. Maybe Von Schmidt will pick it up next
Yeah,
time
it's
he goes back
possible.
home.
It's possible.
So, yeah, we wish him a very speedy recovery as well. We'll find out more when we get more information as to exactly what happened. But hardcore legend, that's for sure.
Yep.
Wishing him the best.
Him and once again, Jake the Snake as well. Not to put everybody to sleep. I'm not trying to. But some of the talent that is in or was in the TNA wrestling, I mean, some of them you got to admit they were exciting.
Oh yeah.
There's we poke fun at the product and
It's not the talent that I ever had issue with. It's just the presentation.
Yes.
right.
It needs to be seriously worked on.
Yeah.
Lots of work to a wall. They better hurry up if they're planning to get another TV contract.
Yeah.
Something I have to explore here. Something about them being picked up by Ion Television, but I haven't. I have to. So one person told me that.
Okay.
I don't know how where that person got the information
Well,
from.
they've got through the end of this year with I want to say Spike TV. Yeah. They got through the end of this year, and as we said last week.
So they've been given an extension.
Yes.
Oh, because I thought it was supposed to be October, right?
No, they've extended it through the end of the year, and Velocity, which is only available on Dish Network, made a very lowball offer. So we'll see what happens. But my prediction is that Spike TV will let the current contract run out and renegotiate at a lower rate to keep the million viewers.
Right. Because it's still viewership regardless.
It's viewership, and for Spike TV, 1 million viewers is one of their higher rated programs.
right.
So-
A million viewers is a million viewers.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you take that off, that's 1 million less viewers to one of your more popular products.
Correct.
There's somebody out there that loves TNA. So
Apparently,
somebody obviously it wakes somebody up. I guess
I don't know, but I like Bellator.
Yeah.
Much more.
Yeah. Well, this leads into it. So I mean, I'm sure they get some.
I understand they're going to be back at Mohegan this week.
Yes. I'm not sure if our friend Mr. Calandrelli is going to be on that card or not. I had heard a little rumbling that he may be, but Bellator is going to be there with Bobby Lashley, King Mo. What's the rest of the card, fellas?
I ain't going, so I don't know.
I know Lashley and King Mo, but if you go onto MoheganSun.com, you'll find that card out there.
Mm-hmm.
We went last time, and it was just a great show. And Andrew Calandrelli fought, and a friend of the show, obviously. He's got his Ultimate MMA gym right around the corner from us here in North Haven. So hopefully, if he's on the card, we wish him well.
right.
And that same night, over in Foxwoods, is UFC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you got plenty of
We got
MMA
kind of a
action.
ratings war here in Connecticut
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
MMA.
That's this
fighting.
weekend, too, I believe, isn't it?
Is it? Bellator?
Bellator and UFC are Friday.
Oh,
This
right.
Friday night. Yeah, this Friday
This
night.
week, yeah.
This Friday night.
So-
Don't mind them. That's our crack staff at
Yeah.
work constantly trying to update us on the
On the goings on.
goings on, the latest info,
Yep.
and we can bring it right to you, the viewer, in Technicolor,
HD, baby.
And
HD,
of course,
baby.
there is a big weekend this weekend for wrestling as well.
Yes.
I understand Wrestle Jam is this weekend.
Yep.
And we also have the wrestling at the North Haven Fair on Sunday.
And you and I will be there covering that.
Absolutely.
And,
Definitely.
We interviewed last year Short Sleeve Sampson, and this year he's on his retirement tour, and hopefully we'll catch him again. And of course, Bull Dread will be on the card, and the stalwarts of Northeast Wrestling. So
They always put on a good product at the
I
North Haven
believe
Fair.
I believe Velvet Sky's on the card.
I heard that
Velvet
too.
Sky is on the card.
I
as
heard
far
that
as I
too.
know.
Yep.
Yep.
So you head out right not too far up the
Heck,
street.
that'll bring me out just
Connecticut's
for Velvet
own.
Sky.
Right?
Connecticut's own TNA Knockout.
Yeah. Hey, I'm up for that.
Me too.
The one thing that can't keep you awake about TNA, the knockouts.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Are you up for that, Velvet Sky?
You know, I'd really, really, really love the opportunity to meet Velvet Sky, but
I'm up for that.
I'll be tied up in meetings all day on Sunday. I won't be able to attend. Right.
So he won't be up for that.
No.
Right.
Nope.
Powers that be.
Yep.
What if it was Gail Kim?
Oh.
If I can't make the meeting, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Really good.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, moving on. Gail, there is an opportunity September 21st in Middletown, New York, I understand,
Yes.
for Mrs. Gail Kim Irvine. Full name
Yes.
now,
Yes.
married. But you can still meet her September 21st,
Yep.
Middletown, New York. I got to find out more about that.
Yeah, I posted that on our Facebook group, the Squared Circle page.
Right.
All the details are there. The link is there, and you can go meet the love of Jay's life,
Jay's love.
Gail Kim. I don't know.
My favorite. I'll admit it,
Somewhere.
folks.
Oh,
That's not
I don't know
Gail.
if this is. Yeah,
That's
I don't know if
not
this-
Gail. I don't know.
this may
That's
not be,
definitely not Gail.
this may not be PG.
You know,
Yeah.
I actually, so I know when Jay's calling on my cell phone.
Why?
Jay's ringtone is Gail Kim.
Oh, nice.
The Gail Kim. Which entrance? The WWE entrance or the TNA entrance music?
I believe it might be WWE.
Like the original.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that already.
Nice.
You should have been to Double Trouble on Wednesday night and heard Bad News Bob's ringtone. I
Uh-oh.
can't really repeat it here
Uh-oh.
though.
Yeah, they're doing well, huh? That show.
Yes.
I saw clips of it, and
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see this past week's episode because I was at another meeting.
yes, you're a
Right.
busy man.
So I'm hoping to, if it's online, hoping to catch it.
We have I have a small clip of their show. Not the view right now, but if you go
Yeah.
on to the Squared Circle page. it's
Yeah, that's
on
where
there.
I saw it. And those two guys are just too much, man. They are really funny together. They just work so well together,
Absolutely.
you know.
Right.
And as good as Open Mic was with just Mike Cuomo, having Bad News Bob just really makes
Great element to the show.
Right.
definitely.
The old days, the old It's the same. It's the same thing that it was the old PWI Pro Wrestling
Yep.
Insider,
Yep.
but now they talk about everything from sports, politics, and current events.
To illegals, jumping the fence.
Right. That's on a sister station, PCTV.
Yeah.
Channel 18, same Channel 18. If you have Uverse, like you go down to 99, you scroll down to North Haven to get us. You just scroll down to Brantford to get them.
To get them, yeah.
To get them.
On Wednesday night.
Wednesday nights at 8. A little less than 24 hours to go. But getting back to what I was talking about before about a former TNA talent, this guy here, I mean, you got to ask the question, is it possible for at least one former member of the TNA roster to make it in the WWE? Now, this is a goal of Chris Sabin's. He was, former Motor City Machine Gun Chris
Yep.
Sabin.
Yep.
He's got this in mind. He wants to do it. Talked to Shining Wizards podcast. Says that's been my goal since I was a little kid. I have always wanted to work for that specific company, the WWE. I wouldn't say I'm not successful. I've been very successful and very lucky. He had the TNA world title for approximately 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd say that was kind of lucky.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He was at a card called Battle of Los Angeles over the weekend. He described it as a tournament for the best of the best who aren't really signed to any specific company right now.
Right.
I wonder who else was in that tournament. He said it was very satisfying for him to be the champion for 2 weeks, but he wasn't really too impressed with the way the storyline was written, though. But a lot of people aren't impressed with the
Right,
storylines.
You know, I mean, Sabin is a really good talent, and I'm sure he has a lot of
I would love to
matches.
see him in
Yeah,
WWE.
he's got a lot of years ahead of him,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, he's really on the rise of his career rather than the fall of his career. But with all the cost-cutting measures going
Mm-hmm.
on in WWE, you know, they're letting some of their talent go, and then to bring somebody in from the outside would be a real slap in the face to some of the people that they've cut from their
Yeah.
roster.
Yeah.
You know? And
Well, I mean, if you want to give him a chance, I mean, you're going to have to just be completely fair about it and make him go to the Performance Center.
well, yeah,
That's
that would
what
be
we
the
would,
start.
you know.
That would be the start, and he would have to come in at a really low number as far as salary
Right.
goes.
Oh,
he
I
may-
It's
agree.
not
I
to
agree.
not to unexcuse his TNA experience. It's just, you know, what's fair is fair.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and like I said, you're not going to cut some of the guys that have been there and been loyal to WWE, and
Yeah.
then bring somebody in from the outside.
Oh no.
And I can't. I really don't see it happening. Anything can happen, but
Yeah, anything's possible until it's not. That's what
WWE's got, as you mentioned, the Performance Center, and they're growing their own talent and molding them into what they
right.
view their product is. So, you know, that being said, I don't see too many people from the outside infiltrating, you know, and coming in with a different style. So, you're right.
He's just
He
gonna
would have to go to the Performance Center
You'd
and
have
learn
to go to the Performance
their
Center,
way of doing things.
and he would have to be receptive to the WWE way of doing things, and it's not going to be like it was in Carterville or
How many
Dixieland.
how many are actually on the roster now for TNA? I can't believe that word just came out of my mouth.
Yeah, I can count them on like two hands, maybe.
Right.
It's dwindling fast.
Right. It's yeah. It's going. It's sinking faster than the Titanic was with two icebergs. I think. But you know, not that anybody wants to see that happen. But
No, we don't. But
But like we've said many times, we want some good competition.
yes, definitely.
good competition. Right, like Ring of Honor.
Yeah, you know, and you know, we're beating the dead horse, but you know, if Ring of Honor can change their production value, you know, the talent is there, the in-ring product is great. They just really need to boost their game as far as production value. You know, look at what the WWE is doing as far as their presentation. Look at what TNA had done with their presentation, and you know, put some lights on your darn ring. You know, because if you look at their matches, they're not very well lit in some of the
Very dark.
yeah, you know, and you know, for TV, you know, as we can see here,
Right.
you need
we have plenty of lights there.
It's like having
you need
a,
an excess.
It's
of
like having a fog over it, man.
It's sunnier here than it was outside this afternoon. I think
right,
that's the way it's got to be for the television.
right. So hopefully, you know, somebody comes up and is a contender. You know, and because otherwise, if WWE is the only thing
The
available,
WWE is going to get stale and
Yeah.
boring and
and
plain. And
But of
Almost
course,
is.
the network is a big advantage because now you can go back and you can watch Monday Nitro.
correct.
reruns
And
of that.
speaking of that, did you hear the story that we were talking about off air before the show? That there was a fan last night. Vince had him or wanted him arrested because he had a sign in the audience saying, "I could be home watching Monday Nitro for $9.99."
I did not hear anything about that.
Yeah, but there was a further report from somebody else that was in the audience near this person that are claiming that he was intoxicated and acting unruly. So I'm not positive that the sign was the reason that you know, they wanted them removed from the auditorium.
Okay.
It may have been his behavior.
Because I did see the sign. I did like the
Oh,
sign.
yeah.
I laughed when I saw it.
Yeah, and you know, and the sign was up for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll have to
So
go catch
I
the
don't
sign.
think, you know, having seen it for that amount of time on Raw last night, I don't think the objection was the actual sign. It may have been the person's behavior, you know, that was holding the sign.
I'll have to go back and look at the sign. I didn't even know anything about that.
sign.
Every
It
word
was,
said.
was an awesome sign.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool.
I got some interesting Nitro facts we can get to
Yeah.
in a very short period of time here. But what about going back to the mixed martial arts? What about Jim Ross possibly doing MMA commentary? There's something about that. Nothing as of yet. But
He has a contract with Fox Sports, and it would have to be through them if if he was going to do any kind of commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we know that UFC does have a deal with Fox Sports, and they show some of their cards and rerun some of the matches on Fox Sports and some of their prelims and stuff like that. So it's a possibility. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it would have to be through Fox Sports
Yeah,
because he's a commentator for Fox Sports,
he's a commentator.
primarily for football.
I
at
did
the
not
moment.
know that.
Yeah, he's contracted.
He's contracted for football
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
I'll have to check him out on a
Well,
football
good to
game.
hear
Yeah.
good
It's gonna
old
be a
JR
slobber
again.
knocker, folks.
Yeah.
Good old JR.
And
Good.
that was his first love, and that's how he got into broadcasting in the first place in
Was through
Oklahoma.
Right.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
We have a call on the line here. Make sure I'm pressing the right button.
Nope.
Ah, ah.
Nope.
I think we got him. Hello?
You're live on the Squared Circle.
Hello?
I think you hit the
Why
wrong
don't you
button,
hit
Jay.
that?
The middle
Yep,
one.
I can hear you.
Yeah, there we
We
go.
can hear. Here we go.
We got you.
We got you,
Hey,
Bill.
it's Bill from North Haven. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're
Good,
doing
how are you,
great.
Bill?
Hey, I was just trying to get your opinion of the show last night, the Raw show, and just kind of ask you, do you think? Yeah, I guess it's a two-part question. What did you think of the show last night, and do you think that the audience at a lot of these shows is waiting for the big thing to drop with Sting coming back, or Sting coming in, and CM Punk coming back? Do you think that's why maybe the crowds don't seem to be into it as much as they've been in the past?
I think more of the CM Punk, especially knowing that AJ is there, and obviously they're married, and pictures did leak of AJ and Punk's wedding at Wrigley Field, in the press box at Wrigley Field. So more, I think I would have to say more Punk than Sting. Every now and then that rumor pops up with Sting, but I think there'll be more build-up if and when Sting does come in.
Right.
But CM Punk definitely. Everybody's waiting for the moment that he comes
They're
out.
all still chanting CM Punk every
Absolutely.
time AJ comes out.
Absolutely. And
So somebody pointed it out to me today earlier too. There seemed to be a little friction last night between AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
might make you think there's going to be a match between the two.
Like we haven't seen that before.
Right. What do you think
Yeah, I
about
think
that?
I saw that, and I mean, the thing is, you look at AJ; she's so small. When you see her next to Stephanie McMahon, she looks like a fairly small, fairly small, but
Yeah.
she's got so much ability, and I think the way she, the way she presents herself and the way she works, what she's got basically as far as her whole act, I think the fans love it because she's just a little bit out there. She's like almost like the female Dean Ambrose a little bit, and I think that's what the fans like about her.
Yeah, definitely. I did Crazy Chicks is the motto.
Right.
Yep.
So, yeah, I definitely like her character, and I've been a fan of hers since day one.
Right. But
I
the,
did-
the whole point about the Stephanie and AJ is if they were to have a feud, that could lead into Punk's return.
That's possible.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that AJ and Punk are husband and wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the Brie and Nikki
Oh my
Bella
God,
Oh.
that is so horrible.
Well, the latest rumor is they're going to bring in Jerry Springer to sort out the family matters between Brie and
Yeah.
Nikki.
That is.
I
so
almost went back
horrible.
and said, let me watch a rerun of TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, those little video clips they had that was horrible.
Yeah, they were pretty terrible. And to think that,
Paint dry.
yeah, and to think that, those are filmed in advance, and I don't know how many takes they went through, but if that was the best take, I think you should have done a few more
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah, I hate to see what the worst take was. If that was the best take.
Yeah, it was pretty painful. It was like, watch like I said, like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And you guys will be at the show in North Haven on Sunday. You guys going to that?
Yeah,
John
yeah,
and I will be.
we're going to be there filming.
These
in,
two will be
HD.
there. I'll be tied up in meetings all day, unfortunately.
Jay, I heard Gail Kim's going to be there.
I might. I don't know if I'm feeling so good. I might have to cancel those meetings.
All right. Listen, Jay, how'd you do in the race?
I don't know what place I finished, but it was 26 minutes, 28 seconds.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty hot out there yesterday. I
It
ran the
was
half
stifling.
time. Yeah. The fourth mile, I said, this is it. I don't know. I got another 8 to go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. So. Hey, listen, thanks for taking my call, guys, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
We'll see you
Thank
there.
you,
Thank
Bill.
you.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Bill.
Good night.
Thanks.
Bill from North Haven.
Bill from North Haven.
Regular
Regular caller.
caller, sometime visitor. We saw him at the PWA event.
Yes.
Great guy. We're going to see him Sunday. And, of course, talking about PWA, the 27th,
Big night for us.
big night, huge night. Can't
Big
wait.
night, huge night.
And
The,
Azriel has been scratched, and now it's Saru versus AR Fox for the PWA Squared
Squared
Circle
Circle.
television title.
There we go.
Maybe shortly after that, on this broadcast, we can present to you the very first PWA Squared Circle television champion, the one and only A.R. Fox.
I don't
Going
know.
with Saru.
the
Don't know about
future
that.
of PWA, folks.
Hey, Fox.
I think I'm going with Saru.
Well, you know, I'm going to have to pick Saru. I'm going to stay with Saru. But either way, that is going to be one phenomenal match. These two characters can jump off the top rope, do aerial maneuvers, and just hit it. Big time.
Saru can jump off the top rope. He can jump around. He can accost me
You made
Yeah,
a monkey's uncle out of you.
backstage
that's right.
You're a monkey's
That's right.
uncle.
at the
But, I
Bristol
mean,
Boys and Girls Club.
We've
He
talked-
can take my expensive sunglasses, and that's what he can do,
Yeah.
and humiliate me.
Well, you know, sometimes monkeys throw their excrement.
Yep.
Be lucky.
You know, and the least that B+ monkey could have done, and I'm very disappointed in him. He could have accepted my ice bucket challenge.
You know, he's been on the circuit. He was in, was he in Nova Scotia? I don't think he made the trip. But I think he's going to be in Pennsylvania
I
soon.
know he's been awful busy
He's
lately.
booked. Yeah, he's over. You know, Saru is a highly demand B+ monkey.
You know, Daniel Bryan was over about a year ago, too.
Well,
And Daniel Bryan got the championship at WrestleMania. Where's Daniel Bryan now?
unfortunately,
Makes you wonder if
unfortunately he got injured. We're not going
Stephanie
to
and
wish
Triple
that.
H weren't right about him all along.
We're not going to
gonna
wish
wish
that
that
on
on
anybody.
Saru.
Right? Saru is strong.
I'm not wishing that on anybody. But can Saru go the distance?
Well,
We all thought Daniel Bryan could, too.
Saru, AR Fox, the 27th of this month. It's only a few weeks away. The Balcony Banquet Facility, Hamden, Connecticut.
Be there or be
You
square.
finally said it.
I
The
finally
right
got it
way.
right. Yeah.
Be there or be square.
Thank the monkey.
Pro Wrestling Academy.
I've already got our tickets.
Pro Wrestling Academy CT.com. Come out and see the belt. We might even let you take your picture with the belt.
Did you get the chilled champagne ordered yet?
Oh, I gotta take care of that. Sorry.
And, you know, the beer I like. The executive limo.
The executive limo, definitely. With the GPS for you.
The
Right.
super GPS.
Mirrors on the ceiling and pink
The
champagne
only
on ice.
person I know that could have a GPS and still get lost.
Who would that be?
You.
Right here.
Me? But I don't drive. How could I get lost?
Well, you're hiring the wrong drivers then. But at any rate, Abyss is going to be on the card. Matt Stryker is going to be on the card. Matt Stryker, I believe, is going to actually wrestle on the card. Bull Dredd is going to be there. It's going to be huge. You're going to have Zach Gowen, a guy, you know, he was in the WWE. He's got one leg. And yet he gets
Zach
out
Gowen.
there. Yeah, and yet he gets out there and wrestles.
Gets out there and
He
does his
doesn't
job.
allow, correct. He doesn't allow his
illness?
illness, his
To
physical
affect him.
handicap to affect him, and he goes out there and he does a job. And
Well
works.
done, I might add.
It
Thank you.
works.
you know,
He's employed.
Yeah, he's employed, and you know, he doesn't sit back and cry about things, and gets out there and actually does a job. And you know, we applaud him, and I can't wait to meet him and get some interview, and you know, and
And
tell them
as you know, in the nice weather, I'm never home.
right.
Of course not.
Right.
You're always out. You're constant motion, just like me.
Well, I mean, not only are you doing stuff for yourself, you're doing stuff for others. And as we just saw, you formed Tommy Palooza. You've been doing that for about 8 years now,
Yes.
even though you missed last year due to your health. But you've raised money for all sorts of causes, and you help everybody around you in your condo complex, and you're on the board there. You're on the board.
Matter of fact, I haven't even had my lunch yet today
Yeah.
because I've been assisting another neighbor with
Lunch?
an issue.
Do you know what time
involving
it
the
is?
Housing Authority.
Yeah,
Wow, you just went through lunch.
guy,
you might
you
as
know-
well just put that in the fridge.
yeah.
Save it for tomorrow.
Well, I think you had enough cake and festivity yesterday, so that'll tide you over.
Really. But here's a segment I call "I'm afraid I've got some bad news."
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam has once again wrapped things up with the WWE. He went out with a singles victory over Cesaro at SummerSlam, a six-man tag victory last week on Raw, lost to Cesaro in the #1 contenders match for the U.S. title, and a count-out victory over Seth Rollins on this week's main event. In his upcoming appearance for Legends of the Ring is September 20th. That's his first post-WWE appearance. So we wish Rob Van Dam the best of luck in his future endeavors,
Yes.
I guess.
So his future endeavored again.
Once again. Did he fail the drug test again?
I don't know. When he came out of the restroom
Was
here.
there fog around
Yeah,
him?
there was a fog.
Fog man?
That's where they get Fog Hat
Yeah.
from. The band Fog Hat.
Must have been a heck of a fog, man.
Oh, must have been a stink.
I don't know. So, boy, I'm gonna my Facebook is gonna be going crazy. Man, they're messed up.
Hey, you
Hey.
know what they say? If you can't take a joke,
Yep. Bleep.
bleep.
Whatever. Right. Can't say it on the air, folks.
Nope.
Nope.
The censors will be out real
Not
quick.
suitable for
Right.
PG.
Well, I mean,
We have to have our own attitude.
Bob's got that ringtone on his phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
beep.
can't. Warning. Beep. Alert.
There you go.
Beep.
Oh,
I
which
can't-
is good for another friend of ours.
Right. But anyway, now let's talk about the network,
Yes.
Yes.
because
$9.99.
Yeah. There's.
or it doesn't have to be $9.99 if you don't want it to be $9.99.
Oh no.
Blast email sent out Thursday, this past Thursday.
Oh, something good happened on Thursday.
Something good happened on Thursday for a
For
change.
once.
Come back to WWE Network. If you subscribe to the WWE Network, it's first week in February, your 6-month commitment has now expired.
Yep.
Unless you had that rollover, which we all definitely had.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then you just keep going on monthly, continuous for $9.99. Night of Champions is being pushed heavily for you to resubscribe if you have dropped out of the network. And there are, like I said, there's payment options available. Obviously, the $9.99 a month comes to mind. You can do $59.99 all at once.
Yeah.
You can do, oh no, it's $59.94 all at once, $59.99 on iTunes, or $12.99 with no commitment at all. You can cancel anytime.
Okay.
So it's somewhat false advertising, the $9.99, but not really.
Well, it is. Depending on which plan you choose.
Right. If you want to get it over with all at once,
Right.
or
Yep.
Right. Well, just like they advertise car prices, but then if you want to add this or add that, or,
there's the extra benefits.
Yeah.
Same
obviously.
thing with wheelchairs.
Oh, okay,
I believe it. That's the deluxe. That's top of the line right there.
that's right.
That thing's warranted, right?
Yep.
Definitely.
You've hit a few things already.
Oh, yeah.
The cup holder gets caught on the door frame, but
You wouldn't want that thing repossessed.
Had this repaired twice.
there you go.
Wow.
You've spilled your adult beverage.
Now, for things you can see on the network, The first Monday Night War episode, I happened to be viewing it at home before I came here, and I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by the different people they talked to on there. Lex Luger, it was good to see him. Tony Schiavone,
Yep.
Eric Bischoff. Do you guys remember where the first Monday Nitro was?
Yes.
Yes, Mall
Mall
of America.
Mall of America, that's right.
MPLS, baby.
You got a birthday present now.
Yep, MPLS.
MPLS.
I know, Minnesota. Represent, brother. Represent, MPLS.
Interesting fact.
That's what makes our town the best.
The first episode of Nitro, Lex Luger walked out. He didn't get to that arena until 30 minutes prior, or the mall, 30 minutes prior to him going on.
Well, you don't get here until 5 minutes
Hey now,
Yeah.
before us when we go on.
Yeah.
did you guys realize that nobody knew Lex Luger was going to WCW except Lex Luger and Eric Bischoff?
Oh, wasn't aware of that.
No, I did not know
I
that.
did not know that.
So Sting and Flair were out there having their match,
Yep.
their 500th match at that time probably.
Yeah.
And there comes Lex Luger. They were just as surprised as everybody in the WWE,
Yep.
everybody in the audience there, Raw, whatever. Element of surprise.
Yeah.
He couldn't really give his 2 weeks notice to Vince because that would have ruined the element of surprise.
Right, right. Well, now, that's why Vince now has that non-compete when people leave.
Yep.
And,
It's probably thanks to that.
yeah. Well, that add to the fact that when Medusa left, she took the belt and dumped it in the garbage can on WCW, and then the Razor Ramon, Scott Hall character, hence the lawsuit, and of course Kevin Nash as well. So now he's got at least a 6-month non-compete for all of his superstars.
So if they leave, they can't go anywhere else for 6 months.
They can't appear on television
For 6 months.
for 6 months.
Wow.
So.
You could go to TNA, but you got to wait 6 months to get there.
Because that at the time when the Monday Night Wars were happening and Scott Hall left WWE, they were filming Monday Night Raw, and he was the only person ever to be on Monday Night Raw and Monday Nitro at the exact same time.
I remember that.
Ravishing Rick Rude, too.
Did Rude pull
But
that
that
off?
was taped.
Did Rude pull that off too?
Rude pulled it off, too.
I thought it was.
remember that one.
No, I thought it
I
was.
remember
Scott
that
Hall.
one distinctly.
I remember with
Okay.
Scott
Rude-
Hall.
Rude was in the NWO and DX at the same time.
Oh, wow. I'll have to go back and look
Ah.
that up.
You have to check that one out.
Well, then Scott Hall was the first guy to do it.
Yep. That I remember, though. Definitely
I have a
Scott Hall.
true and false question. The early stages, what could have really kicked off the Monday Night Wars?
What's that?
This is a true or false question.
Okay.
Good answer. Did WWE programming ever air on the Turner networks
Yes.
Yes.
back some point in the 80s?
Yes.
They actually
they were on
knocked-
TBS.
They actually
TBS.
knocked out
Yes.
Georgia Championship Wrestling from that 605
Yes. Yep.
time slot for a
Right.
little while.
Right. And the poke fun at Ted Turner, that's where The Big Show got his name from, TBS, The Big Show.
Yeah.
That was Vince's jab at
Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
You know, you're exactly right about that.
Thank you
Yeah.
much.
You're always right. Why should we question you?
I'm not always right, but
You're just never wrong.
every now and then I make a mistake.
The Big Show.
The Big Show TV. Wow,
TBS, The Big Show.
you're right about that.
A really, really big show.
So they once aired on the Turner networks, and there was some kind of falling out there.
Yes.
And Vince, I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Somebody decided to pull it, whether Ted did or Ted decided he didn't want them on, or Vince decided he wanted to go somewhere else.
Right.
I don't remember exactly, but at that point there was friction between Ted
I
Turner and
believe
Vince
it had
McMahon.
something to do with because not only was he being aired on TBS, but he had to deal with USA.
He had to deal with
Yeah.
USA at the same time,
Right.
and Ted didn't like that.
Correct.
very
Yep.
much.
And
Correct.
that's what led to the
The fallout.
Yep.
fallout.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, you fast forward to the year 1990, I believe it was, when Ted Turner bought out Jim Crockett Promotions.
Yep.
And he made this famous phone call to Vince McMahon and said, "Hey, Vince, buddy, I'm now in the wrestling business."
Well, that's good because I'm in the entertainment business.
And this is two different things. And he says it right there on that first episode.
Yeah, yeah. The shot heard around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was a good thing. I mean, it was probably the best time for wrestling fans because you had the two, rival companies just going at it and trying to one up one another, and they were just pulling out all the stops. And then, in the mix a little later, you had ECW just going in a whole other direction and doing
Oh,
anything
yeah. Oh, yeah.
they could.
But you had to be a night owl to watch them.
Yeah.
Because they didn't come on until about 2 in the morning.
Yeah, well, you could set your VHS
Right.
I always did.
back in the day. Yeah.
I always did.
Mm-hmm.
Your videotape and that, I mean, that was a big thing back in the day, was tape trading. You'd get somebody that, because we were still like marginal, you had regional, and you'd get a tape from somebody else, especially like the Japanese tapes. Somebody would send you something from Japan, and in the back of the PWI magazine, you'd see somebody had tapes.
Right.
And you'd
Oh,
mail
yeah,
away.
yeah.
And you get a box of videos in the mail, and you're like,
Yeah, those last 3 or 4 pages of the PWI magazine.
Yeah,
always
yeah.
had for sale, this, that, or the
Yeah.
different belts they had.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I can remember setting my VCR to watch ECW
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just go on YouTube or the network,
For
and it's all there.
for $9.99. You
Yeah.
can watch it on the network.
that's
It's-
right.
It's amazing. You never. The T-shirt now is $9.99. Says right on it, $9.99.
Well, that's what it says on it.
Yeah, it is $9.99. Originally it came out at $29.99, which was bizarre. You're buying a T-shirt that says $9.99 on
For
it
$29.
for $29.99.
$29.99.
That's
But,
insanity.
I'm glad that they got Monday Nitro on the network now, because I have to be honest with you. I was always a fan of Monday Night Raw, so I never really watched Nitro. Now
Right
I
now
can,
you can get the
now I
chance
can
to
go
do it.
back and watch them all.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. It's a lot of fun.
You get it's only
And
the
this
first-
week is Attitude Week on the WWE Network. So not only do you have Nitro, you also have all the Attitude Era stuff.
a lot of the Raw's war
Yeah, yeah,
from that period of time.
yeah. What would be neat would be if they did like a split screen or flip back and forth of what was going on Nitro versus what was going on at the same moment
On Raw.
on Raw. Because that would be the effect that basically what a lot of us were doing
Oh, yes.
was changing between
Flipping back and forth.
Raw and Nitro to see what
Or
was
they
going
could
on.
have like they could splice the two to get, like you said, maybe not necessarily a split screen, because that might
Right.
drive you a little crazy
Yeah.
with everybody talking at the
Yeah.
same time. But let's start with Raw.
Right, and sag back and forth.
Right. Let's
Yeah.
show all the way up until that first commercial break, and let's show Nitro all the way up
Right.
to their first commercial break. And
Yeah,
split
something
back
to that effect. Right,
Right.
right. That would be cool.
Right.
Just to see, in comparison, what was going on,
Right.
and really who was better at that particular
Yeah, and
moment.
then you could decide for yourself by looking at all that footage what was better.
Yeah. And what's funny, during that whole thing, when we're talking about it, Eric Bischoff would come out at the beginning and basically slam the other product.
Absolutely. Yep.
And, all Vince did was try to make his product better.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't
That's
call.
like me trying to say don't bother turning into another network on Thursday
Right,
nights.
and I'm sure Vince didn't call all the other promoters and all his friends and whine and cry and say, "Oh,
they're
Eric
bullying."
Bischoff is bullying me and making fun of me." Wah! No,
Get him the wambulance.
you know what? Vince pulled his big boy pants on, right, and did a job and made his product better. And I don't ever recall on either Nitro or WWE programming seeing any kind of cell phone
Do you
footage.
want some cheese with that wine?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
Right.
do you need the wambulance?
Hey now.
Ambulance.
Hey now.
But that's all it was. I mean, Eric Bischoff came out and and said, "Hey, don't watch that other program," and
Vince didn't like it very
That's
much.
what we're-
No.
That's what we're
no.
saying.
but he wasn't crying about it.
You
Right.
don't like what you're seeing? There, you have a dial on your TV.
Yeah.
Or
It's
a
like,
button on your remote.
I'm sure we'll get feedback from them.
Yeah.
And you know what? Instead of like taking a chair and smashing it up against my window and breaking the glass or having a fit, whatever, or wanting to, you know what I'm going to do Thursday night? Around whatever time I decide to get, I'm sleepy. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to wake up the next day.
Oh yeah.
And whatever, it's not going to bother me.
Right. And we're big boys, and little boys live in their mommy's house in their basement. So
Yep.
when you grow up to be a big boy, let us know.
Put your big pants on.
Yeah.
But I guess with not too much else. I don't know how much more time we have left, but we'll just do the worst of the week.
Worst of the week.
With 5 minutes to go. That's my sound effect because they didn't. Well, it's going to get worked on.
Yeah.
Trust me. This past Saturday evening was supposed to be the event 20 years in the making. North Haven High School, 1994, 20-year reunion. All those tickets were sold out, and there was going to be a capacity crowd there, but the building was too small.
What?
They
And it
heard
was-
about
it-
Hollywood.
Everybody was
triumphant
just
return
everybody was just
tonight
looking,
only.
Everybody was just looking forward. I mean, I was going to be the main event. They were going to set up a steel cage and everything. That classic rivalry I had with that person there. The second biggest icon in North Haven, I call her.
Yep.
Not mentioning names. And the fire department came. They had to throw everybody out. They had to cancel the event.
It's unfortunate.
My
Unfortunate.
30th is October.
Is it
Wow. Wow.
October 18th.
October 18th, 30? Huh?
Yep.
Wow. Goes by fast, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
we'll reschedule that at another event and
Yeah.
at another time. I'm sure we'll all get together.
Yep. Yep.
Things happen, Maybe it was just things happen,
Spit happens. Schmidt happens.
Schmidt
It
happens.
happens.
Schmidt happens. Oh, I wore that last week.
Runner up. I had written this down on my balsa wood here, fine paper here.
Gotta get you an iPad. Maybe Apple will sponsor the show.
Exactly. You could. This is when somebody apparently claimed that the WWE Network T-shirt was available for only $29.99. But if that was false, and whoever said that it cost that much money, well, guess what? Now you're the runner-up to the worst of the week.
Right.
The worst of the week is Nikki Bella. I really don't care about your personal life, your personal relationship with
thank
your
you.
sister. If you want the WWE Divas title, go ahead and try to take it from Paige. Go ahead. But, if you don't like your sister, don't get along with your sister or whatever, leave that off the camera. Nobody needs to know
Oh,
about
God.
that. There's classic rivalries between brothers. We've never seen sister versus sister before. This is the first time we're seeing it. But it gets really stupid when you're trying to say that your twin sister did everything and you did nothing. Because I'm sure maybe she did some things when you were growing up, but I'm sure you did pull some of the
Those
same
videos were
stuff
horrible.
too.
Oh my goodness.
Nicole
She took my
Bella.
car and crashed it.
Worst of the week.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Any final thoughts?
My favorite part last night was Heath Slater getting beat by the bunny.
That was pretty comical.
Yes, it is. But hey, stay away,
From the fog, man.
man.
That's
stay
our weather
away from the
forecast
fog.
for tomorrow. There's going to
Stay
be a lot
away.
of fog out there in the morning, so drive safely, folks.
Stay away.
I hate the fog, man.
Nothing good happens when the fog is in
Some
town.
people like driving through the fog, but
Not me, man.
Oh.
I can't stand the fog, man.
drive over the fog, man. Maybe.
hey, why not?
I don't know, but the fog, and it's sad because this guy was in Smallville, and Smallville was incredible, and
But
the fog,
it was horrible, man.
man, it sucks.
You know what? I think this bully's going to take himself to Milford and get himself a Slurpee before the evening's out.
Here we go.
Anyway, with 30 seconds to go, this is the Thunderous One.
The old man,
The old man, happy birthday,
50
brother.
Thank
years
you.
old, 50-50.
John, Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday
See you
for
next
another
Tuesday.
exciting edition of the Squared Circle.
And again,
We're
working hard.
We're going to be looking at some guests to book pretty soon, too. So we
Absolutely.
won't be guestless for too long.
But don't forget, North Haven Fair this Sunday.
Yes.
Good night and good luck.
Working hard so others don't have to.